6-3 here, and welcome back everyone. Now, while Sea of Thieves is a great game, in today's video we're going to cover the things that really piss players off, including, but not limited to, this. 6 things players hate in Sea of Thieves. Losing your loot. There are a great number of ways you can lose your loot in this game compared to the few grindy ways of obtaining it, but none may be so painful as dying while running with your loot to turn it in. You've gathered the resources, searched the islands, snuck your way home, just to die. Sometimes you don't even know your loot has been taken, as it's quite easy to sneak aboard enemy vessels and jump off with unattended loot. Other times it's not even players that take your loot. On a rare occasion the Kraken decides he needs a sacrifice and can swallow you whole. Almond Beard. We all know what it is at this point, and we all know the frustration that comes with it. It's occurring at an increased rate in today's game, and it really can be the beard that breaks the pirate's back. Unfortunately, there's no recovering from this error, as you can already kiss your ship, crew, and loot goodbye. Maybe even the worst part is that players are usually given a short heads up that they're going to receive Almond Beard, as their ship will start floating up into the sky, or will dive below the waves like a submarine, giving the player one last look at all the loot they've collected on their 200 chest challenge. At this point I get upset at everyday things like real almonds, the nut family, the planter's man, other top hat wearing icons, and landing on boardwalk with a hotel and losing the game before you were able to pass go and collect 200. Moving on. AFK players. These people are too good to actually move their fingers and play the game, but they're willing to spend the time moving their character every few minutes, or spend the time rigging their controls to continue making movements. If they don't want to play now, what will they do at rank 50? Castaway chests. You know them, you get them, and you probably sigh or swear every time you see one. These chests can turn in from 20 to 300 coins, but we all know you're more likely to be struck by lightning in game than see anything higher than double digits. These are maybe best used to throw overboard if being chased by another ship, hoping they will stop to pick them up. Cheaters. Every game has them, but in a game like Sea of Thieves with no public rankings or leaderboards, you know these people are the ones who just want to see the world burn and put the entire server on the Flying Dutchman. ESP and aimbot hacks are the most prevalent, with many videos on the internet advertising their sale. The developers have come forward and said they are doing their best to permanently ban cheaters as quickly as possible, as to preserve the integrity of the game and pirate law, but unfortunately it is impossible to completely rid a game of them. Without any kind of replays or recordings, it would be almost impossible to know for certain that an enemy's pirate screen looked like this. But don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to discuss with your crew and the Flying Dutchman while you wait to respawn. Overhyping and under-delivering. While this game is very aesthetically pleasing, one does wonder if the game was rushed in development and features were left out of the release or pushed back for DLC. When the game appeared at E3, people still didn't really know what Sea of Thieves was, besides a big open sandbox pirate game. Unfortunately, the game has not yet blossomed much further than that, with plans from the developer to release free DLC early and often. With the maximum number of pirates in a server currently around 16, some say the player base may be dwindling too much, as players are finding themselves in empty servers for hours on end, free to farm and continue breaking the world record for the amount of treasure on the boat at one time, with no real threat of having it stolen from you. While the core of the game is to have no upgrades so that anyone can jump on at any time and not be at a disadvantage, very expensive skins and the number 50 in your profile simply isn't enough to keep the grind going for everyone. Hopefully the developers are able to right their wrongs in time to save their player base and their game, as many people would like to see this game succeed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more.